Now my screen is visible, right?
It's visible.
Yes. So, today class we will discuss about V model. Okay, this is a V model, but sorry, I have already edited it something. Okay, so in previous classes. So V model is one of the SDLC model, like waterfall model, spiral model. So first, let us try to understand what is V model, okay, and how the activities will go on. And in the V model, it seems very similar to the V shape. Did you notice that? It's very similar to the V shape. So see here verification and validation. So verification comes one part and validation comes another part. Okay. Validation is another side. So let us understand what exactly it is. This is verification and this is validation. So I will tell you about this. So the main speciality in the wave model is in every phase we conduct the testing. So what it means in the requirement analysis, okay, in the requirement analysis phase, we do testing. In the designing phase, we do testing. And so in every phase, so even in developer phase, even in the testing phase also, we do testing. So in every phase of software development process, we do testing. So that is the specialty in the V model. Okay. And but previously it was not there, right? In the waterfall model, we have only one phase of testing. And in the even in the spiral model, we have one phase of testing in every cycle. But now in V model, in every phase, we have testing. In requirement analysis phase and the design phase, coding, testing phase, we conduct the testing. That's the main specialty of the V model. So now one part is verification and another part is validation, right? Now, what is the first phase in the software development process? What is the first phase? What we do actually in the first phase of HDLC?
Requirement, right?
Sorry?
Requirement gathering, right?
Yeah, correct. Collecting the requirements from the client. So here,
Client.
BRS, see, did you notice that BRS, CRS, or URS? What does that mean? BRS means business requirement specification. CRS means customer requirement specification. And URS means user requirement specification. So that the terminology is different, but the context is same. They're talking about one document only. BRS document, what exactly it is, what it contains. Basically, this document contains the business requirements, right? What it means, whatever the requirement given by the client will be noted in the BRS document. So what I'm seeing, whatever the requirements given by the client will be noted in the BRS. So who will prepare this document? Business unit. Business unit prepare this document. So in our company, there is a team, business unit people, right? Those people interact with the client and they will collect the requirements and they will prepare the document. And this document more understandable by business people, not for the technical people. Okay, this BRS document only can understand by business people, not for the technical people. So technical people can't understand this document. It is very huge document. Customer and business unit involved in this document. So they will collect all requirements and note down in this document. So that is BRS, CRS, URS document. It is the first phase of software development process. So based on this document, we conduct the testing called UAT testing. Okay, user acceptance testing. So I will talk about in detail in further. For now, just understand this document is going to be input for UAT. Okay. So this testing conduct based on this document. Now the second phase is BRS document can't understand by technical people, right? Like developers, testers. We need a document some more technical detail, right? So based on the BRS document, there will be another document prepared that is SRS document. SRS means software requirement specification document, right? So it contains more technical details. Some requirement, I mean, same requirement, but in technical form. So using like data flow diagrams, Venn diagrams. So we use certain diagrams in the SRS. So specifically developers, testers can understand, okay? So that's the next document. And based on SRS document, okay, the designers will prepare HLD and LLD documents. This is the third phase actually. This is the first phase, and this is the second phase, and this is the third phase. So HLD means high level design, okay, and LLD means low level design. High level design document which contains main modules of the application, and low level design means it contains a piece of software, right? Low level already we discussed about this, right? So we discussed modules means a piece of software in the application. So low level design, it contains small modules. One module is called as LLD, and the main modules is called HLD. Okay, so LLD contains submodules. So here the entire application will be divided into main modules. Again, each modules into submodules. So those submodules which is called as a low level design. So in the HLD document, okay, HLD document have main modules. In the LLD document, we have low level modules. So SRS document prepared by the project manager or product manager. And these documents, who prepared these documents? Prepared by designers, and BRS documents prepared by business unit. Okay, BRS prepared by business unit, and these documents prepared by SRS document product manager or project manager, and HLD LLD prepared by designers. Okay, got it. And fourth phase is coding. Okay, this is fourth phase, coding. Here the developers will start based on the documents. Now these all comes under verification. Okay. Now come to the another side. So as I said in the V model, in every phase we have a testing, right? Like requirement, we conduct a testing. Designing phase, we conduct a testing. In coding phase, in testing phase also we conduct a testing. But where exactly we conduct a testing? So in the first phase, business unit conducting some reviews, right? Here we mentioned some reviews on the document. So business unit conducting some reviews on the document. So here in this particular stages, whatever the testing going to conduct, and who will conduct the testing here? So in the first phase, business unit people prepare the document, right? And the same people responsible for conducting the testing. So what they will review, the document is correct or not. That is going to be reviewed. So whatever the content they have mentioned, which is correct or not. And if it is correct, then it is complete or not. So that will be verified. So that is a kind of testing. We are not exactly testing the software. We testing the documents. Because if the document is correct, the next phase will be easy. We will not get any bugs in the next phases. So while preparing a BRS document, the business unit team, the people who involved in business team, they will conduct some reviews on it. So review means to ensure the document is correct and complete. That going to be tested in the form of review. So in the second and third phase, okay, and this is second phase, this is third phase, right? So SRS document, HLD, LLD documents. So these are all documents. We conduct some reviews on the documents to check whether they are complete or not. So in that context, these phases are also include testing in the form of reviews. Here also review is there. We are testing in the we are testing the documents in the form of review. So there are three things by using review, walkthrough, inspection. So there are three techniques to we conduct testing on these documents. So here they choose review, but another two things are there: walkthrough, inspection. So we will discuss in further session very detailed. So BRS, SRS, HLD, LLD, if we want to test the documents, we use either reviews or walkthrough or inspection. So these are testing techniques to verify the documents. Here mention only review. Okay, so we have three types of testing techniques. By using these three techniques, we will verify the documents, not exactly the software. Okay, in the coding part, okay, in the coding part, the actual software will be ready. Until unless we enter in the coding phase, we just have documents, right? So whatever the testing we conduct on the documents, which is basically called as static testing techniques. Okay, and what is static testing? So static testing means testing the project related documents, that is called as static testing. Okay. Testing the project related documents, that we call as static testing. And testing the documents in the form of review or walkthrough or inspection is called as static testing. So static means we are not exactly testing the software. We are just testing the documents in the form of these testing techniques. Now comes under coding. So once the coding is started, slowly the software will be ready, right? So the coding will be done. Okay. First, some modules will be developed, and after developing multiple modules, they will integrate, and those modules, and after integrating, we conduct one more testing, right? So here, if you see four levels, okay, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and UAT testing, right? So this part is called validation part. So what is unit testing? So unit testing means whatever the module which is developed by the developers. Okay. So as I said before, the entire software will not be developed in one shot. So the software will be divided into main modules or sub modules. The first, developers developing the software with a single module. If you test that particular module, which is called as a unit testing. Okay. Simply, we can say unit testing in the sense a single model or single component of the software that is going to be tested. That is called unit testing. And this testing conducted by the developers because they know the coding part, right? They know how written the coding. They know how the module is working. So after this, they will integrate the module. So all the modules will be integrated and they will make one main module. So then we will test the module which is called as integration testing. Okay. So after completion of all the modules, we will conduct one more testing is called integration testing. So after completion of integration testing, we will conduct another testing. Okay. So unit testing, integration testing conducted by developers only. Okay. Developers itself because they know the coding. So after completion of coding, the submodule and main modules will be tested by the developers in the form of unit testing and integration testing. For that, the developers know the programming knowledge. Developers will understand the coding part. So this testing conducted in the code level, which is called as white box testing. Okay. So understand guys, whatever the testing will conduct on the code, okay, main modules or sub modules, which is called as white box testing technique. So why we are calling white box testing technique? So because we have to know, right, internal logic of the programs. So if we want to test the module, we have to know what type of code the developers will written. So that's the reason this testing will not conducted by the testers. So this testing conducted by the developers himself. That's why we call white box testing techniques. Okay. So after these two testings, final software will be ready and that software will be given to the testing team. Okay. So then System testing. System testing, what happened? The system testing conducted by the testers. So what kind of testing they do? Basically, they don't need to understand the code, just verify our test and that our software is working according to their requirement or not. So, what client expected and what are the flows? Okay, what are the flows we have? What are the functionalities and whether it is working or not? That will be tested in the system testing phase. So here we don't need to understand the code in the system testing phase. So and actual testers involved in the system testing phase and the rest of the testers done by the rest of the people. And we don't need programming knowledge here because we are getting the complete application. Okay. We don't know what exactly the code written internally. That is the reason we can call it as a black box testing. Okay. And what is black box means? So we don't know exact. Okay, what is inside in the box, right? System testing comes under black box testing technique. So we will test the application whether it is working as per the client requirement. So as a user point of view, how functionality working that comes under system testing. So, and the last phase is user acceptance testing. So, after completion of system testing, user do some kind of testing, right, at their level. That is UAT testing. And that is also done by the testers along with the client. And here also, we don't need to understand the code. And that comes under also black box testing. So, now observe and see, first phase, second phase, third phase documents here, only documents are there here, right? So these are document level. In each three phase, we conduct testing in the form of reviews. So that is called static testing. Now the other side, whatever we are testing here, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing. So where exactly we are doing this testing? On the software, right? Because at coding stage, the software will be developed. After developing the software, we are doing these kind of testings. So these testings are called dynamic testing. Okay. And dynamic testing means we are actually testing the software, not the documentation. Static means so project related document that we are going to test it. Dynamic means so testing the software. Okay, testing the actual software. When you come to static, testing the documentations. Okay, when you come to dynamic, we are testing the actual software. So but what are the techniques we are using here? We are using unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing. So these are the different techniques we have to use in dynamic testing. So one side we can call as a static testing, and so just verify the documentation part and verify the actual software, which is called dynamic testing. Okay, clear?
It's clear.
Yeah. So until unless we enter into the coding part, right? Actual software is not ready. So what is there for testing? Only documents is there one side. One side reviews, walkthrough, inspection comes under static testing. Another side, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, UAT comes under dynamic testing. So if we want to conduct, we have to know the coding part knowledge. That is the reason we can call it as white box testing technique. Here we testing the code, not actual the not exactly the software by the developers. So after this, the testers will involve. They perform system testing and use it. And here we verify the software whether it is working or not as per the client requirement. And during the system testing, what tester will do? They will understand the requirement. They will write the test plan, test cases, and they will execute the test cases, and they will find the bugs and report to the developers. All these activities done during the system testing phase. Here, actual testers involved in this phase and UAT done by the testers along with the client. So because what are the end user? End user is nothing but finally who is using the software. They are called end users. They have to know how to use the software. They will also do some kind of testing before using that software in their environment. So testers also will help them. And collectively, the testers as well as client sitting together and do some kind of basic testing. And that comes under UAT testing. So now let us understand what is verification and what is validation. Okay. And it is very important in interview question. It's again depends on static and dynamic testing. So see, first point, I'll show the document. So what I'm saying, verification, right? So verification is the process to verify whether we are performing the right process or not and to develop test the application. So what does that mean? So if I just look at the V model, okay, so we prepared BRS document, right? Here BRS document and we are checking that document is correct or not. So again, we prepare SRS document, right? Again, we are checking this document is correct or not. So this is prepared well or not. And then HLD, LLD, right? And what exactly we are doing here? In every stage, we are checking each and every document is correctly written and completely written or not. So, and this is called as a verification. It means checks whether we are building the right product. So whatever we are doing is correct or not. So what is our ultimate goal? To develop some product, right? To develop this application, and we have to follow certain process, like different stages we have to follow, right? For example, S1, S2, S3, and then finally we achieve application, right? So what verification is representing? So whatever we do activities in every phase, which are correct or not, we are implementing. We are implementing the product that is correct or not, and that comes under verification part. Say everyone can do that verification. Suppose if I give some document to you, and you can verify that, and if I give some document to developer, they can also verify that. But anyone can do verification. So what is meant by verification? Whatever activities we do in every phase are correct or not. That is verification. Okay. And that is the first point. Verification is the process to verify whether we are performing the right process or not and to develop test the application. Okay. And we are building the right product means what is that meaning? We are performing the right process or not and to develop. So what is see? And what is that meaning? We are building the right product. So right product means what we are doing, which is correctly or not. So each and every step we have to verify. And here we are mainly focused on documentation. Okay. And if we have our documents, we have to verify that. And next, so, whatever static testing technique, we have used the same techniques in verification also, right? And so, static testing technique will be used in verification process. And see, there are two interrelated. Now, come to the validation. So, validation part. The other side, if I look at this validation, when to perform this validation, once the software is ready, right, here we actually testing the software during unit testing, integration, system testing, UAT testing. We are testing the software. Once the code is completed, the software is ready, right? Validation means to check the actual software and working as per the client requirement or not. So what is the definition? Validation is the process to verify whether we have developed the right application or not. So whatever we already build, which is right or not, that we are checking here. In verification, okay, in verification here, the product is not ready yet. But okay, just checking the documents. Are we building the product correctly or not? Whatever the steps involving is going correctly or not. That is a verification part, right? So, but when it comes to validation part, product is ready. So product is ready means whatever the product is ready or developed which is right or not. So that we are testing during validation. So before software is ready, we conduct verification. So after software is ready, then we do validation. And what is the second point? In simple words, we can say validation is did we develop the right application or not? So if I just look at this picture once again, after verification phases completed, then validation phases are started. So these all testing some comes under validation and which is focused on the software, not the documentation verification. Okay, verification focus on the document, so we use static testing techniques. But validation focus on the software, we use dynamic testing techniques. So static testing belongs to verification and dynamic testing belongs to validation. So if anyone asks you what is static and dynamic testing, so static means we are exactly testing the documents in the form of reviews or walkthrough or inspection. So dynamic means we are testing the software by using unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and user acceptance testing. Okay, got it, guys? Is it clear?
It is clear. Yeah.
Yeah. I already mentioned about what is HLD, LLD, and static and dynamic.
Mhm.
So I already unit testing, integration testing, system testing, UAT testing. Okay. See here one example is there about the static and dynamic. So user can able to see name, address, city, state, okay, and save in the ABC application. User can successfully register by entering name, address, city, state, and save, right? So see in the above example, so if you read this paragraph, you can easily understand what is static and dynamic. In the above example, as per the first requirement for verify name, address, city, state, save, available or not. We are not performing any action, right? Just we can see name, address, city, state. We cannot perform. But in second requirement, to verify whether the user is successfully registered or not, we need to enter name, address, city, state. So and click on save button. That is called dynamic testing. What we are performing, that is dynamic one. What we are not doing any action, that is static. So this is one example of that. And see, when coming to advantages, testing is involved in each and every phase. And disadvantages, documentation is more, initial investment is more. So why? Advantages already we discussed. Testing is involved in each and every phase, right? Here involved and here also involved. I will tell you. So here disadvantages, documentation is more, initial investment is more. So why initial investment is more? Because in the V model, so all the people hide in the beginning itself, along with the developers and testers. So here the activities will go parallelly. Suppose if coding is there, okay, if coding is there and unit testing will be conducted, so after that integration testing will be conducted, right? And after that, what happened? System. So what is the input of integration testing? So we are checking the documents, checking the communication between modules, right? And those modules are integrating properly or not. And inputs are taking properly or not. So are we getting output or not? So these things we are validated during integration testing. So what is the input we required for that? HLD and LLD, right? Integration means what? We are checking the communication between those modules. So for that we refer the documents HLD and LLD documents. So similarly as a tester, if I don't know the coding part, I have to test the application, right? And how we will the test the application without having any input? Before that, we need to understand the client requirement, right? So how the application will behave and what are the functionalities are available, that we have to know that. And for that, we need SRS document. So that is the input document for us to perform system testing. Did you notice the green line? Okay. And see, similarly, to perform UAT testing, we need BRS document. So in every stage of testing, we need some input. Okay. So here, another disadvantage is initial investment is more because in every phase, suppose in the first phase, okay, reviews in the sense everybody we conduct the reviews, everybody involved like developers, testers. In that case, we hire the people in the beginning itself. So before starting the development, we have developers and testers. But in the waterfall model, it's not like that, right? Earlier we discussed about waterfall model. After completion of few number of phases, the testers will be hired. But here, developers and testers hired in the beginning of software development process. So that's the reason cost is high. So because we have to pay them from the beginning itself, and more documentation will be there. Okay, if takes a lot of time, and preparation of documents is not a simple thing. It takes a lot of time to prepare each and everything. So these are the disadvantages in this model. Okay, and what is the advantage? Testing is involved in each and every phase, right? So in the coming phases, there are less chances to get the bugs, and we have discussed about waterfall model, spiral model, and now V model, and this comes under software development process. Okay, now clear?
Yes.
So our next document is, so in the next session we will discuss static testing techniques and review what is the review and what walk through inspection in very detail. Okay, and next we will discuss what is QA, QC, and QE. So next, already we know about what is black box and white box, and so levels of testing. So we discuss about levels of testing in very detail. And there is sixth one. So integration testing. Okay, and there are types like types of integration testing, system testing. So we'll discuss very detailed in upcoming sessions. Okay. Now, only 1 minute left. So I have just scheduled for 40 minutes. So is it clear for you? Whatever I have, whatever we have discussed about V model?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. So what about Kiran?
Yes, it's clear
Kiran, are you?
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Um, and what about documents? Did you refer? The e-tech, are you getting documents? Whatever I have shared with the e-tech.
No, it still didn't receive. Even the recording also not available. Yesterday's recording not available. And notes also not available.
Even documents also not available. Okay.
Mm,
Mhm.
yes, yes.
Yeah. So I'll inform them. Okay. By
Yeah,
the end of the day, you will get it. Okay.
yeah,
So we'll meet tomorrow. Okay. And let's see. Mm. So see you tomorrow, guys.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Good. Bye. Have a
Mm.
good day.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.